Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a video talking about my top 10 favorite characters on Supernatural. These are my all-time favorite characters, characters living, dead, somewhere in the middle, characters that were on the show for a season, the whole series, anywhere in between. With season 12 being over and of course Supernatural not being on tonight for a while, I figure now is a decent time to do it, sort of fill that void. And maybe next Thursday or somewhere around there I'll do I'll rank my favorite seasons or something like that. I'm gonna have to make this video a little bit quicker than I probably should. I have to get going to work, but I still wanted to talk about Supernatural before heading out. Season 12, it wasn't a great season. It was probably my least favorite season. But it still had some good episodes in there, and I still love the show, of course. Why wouldn't I? It's awesome to have the poster in the background now. It looks great. So before we get into the actual top 10, I just want to briefly skim over some honorable mentions, or at least ones that aren't on the list that people would kind of wonder about. You have characters like Ellen and Jody Mills, both characters I like quite a bit, especially Ellen. I do miss Ellen and Joe, and Jody's kind of earned her place too. She's kind of like a replacement for him, honestly. I still like having both of them around, and it's good that Jody's surviving up to this point with Alex and Claire and everything. But I did like Ellen a little bit more, and she almost made the list, but not quite. Partially because she's been gone for quite a few seasons now, but also because that's given other characters more time. But so Ellen, Jody Mills, the trickster, Gabriel. He was always a lot of fun. I just like how I ended up being Gabriel, and I like that whole twist there. He's just a really fun character. The actor did a really entertaining job with him. Then you have Benny. Of course, Dean's vampire friend, during season 8 and everything like that. Really good character. I liked him a lot. Like, when I was first watching season 8, I actually thought they should have given him a spin-off show or something. Just a good character. I liked his bond with Dean, and, how Dean ended up being right about him, that he was, sort of trustworthy and everything, and how he ended up, saving Dean and Cass and everything like that. I liked his whole arc in season 8. He was definitely probably the best part of season 8, honestly, or at least his side of the story anyway with Dean. And then you have Ruby, of course, Jared Padalecki's wife now, which is sinisterly ironic, I guess. But she definitely had her place in the show, whether it was Katie Cassidy or of course, Jared Padalecki's wife. For some reason, I'm forgetting her name right now. She is still a dynamic character. You did kind of question her for a while, and of course, she ended up being our introduction to Lucifer and leading them into that. But she still had her place in the show. I still liked the character's purpose anyway. And you have Kane. A lot of people think that actor should have actually ended up being the one to play God, because he looked a little bit more the type, I guess. But I did like Kane. He wasn't in that many episodes, but I like how the actor played him, and I like him and Dean's parallels, or not. Well, yeah, parallels. Because Dean had the whole Mark thing going on and everything like that, and so I like their little story. Okay, so now we can get into the actual top 10 now. My 10th favorite character on Supernatural is Claire Novak. I like her quite a bit. She was actually almost further up on the list, and it could change at some point, but I like her quite a bit. The actress does a fine job. I like her dynamic with Castiel and everything. I like that she's still alive. She should have been in the season 12 finale. Not sure why she wasn't. I know she's supposed to be being pursued by the Men of Letters or something. But I still feel like she should have been there with Jody attacking the bunker or something, but I definitely like that she's still alive. I'm glad she made it through the werewolf thing in season 12. I like her dynamic with the brothers. They have a lot of fun banter together. So number 10 is Claire. And before we get to number 9, another honorable mention I forgot to like write down in the Word document was Garth. Of course, DJ Qualls. He's a character we need to see more of. But anyway, number 9 is going to be Charlie Bradbury, played by Felicia Day. She definitely became a fan favorite type of character. She was like this ultimate, kind of geek, dorky, kind of character that we all got to like quite a bit. She was definitely one of the highlights of an otherwise semi-weak season 7. Her and Bobby's stories, though, in season 7 were definitely the best parts of it, and she was a good addition to the show. I like when she became more of like a supporting, almost main cast member for another season, another couple seasons after that. Her death, I can see why it pissed a lot of people off. It definitely left me feeling really, hollow after it happened and things like that. But I like how they handled Dean's reaction to and him taking down the Steins. It was really, really intense, and I thought well done. But should they have killed her off? I don't know. I'd like them to bring her back somehow at some point. But either way, she's a really fun character to have on the show. So yeah, number 9 is Charlie Bradbury. And number 8 and 7 I kind of debate, but for now number 8 is going to be Lucifer himself. Usually played by Mark Pellegrino, and when he is played by Mark Pellegrino, he's a really damn good villain and a damn entertaining character to watch. I love Mark Pellegrino. I loved his work on Being Human as well, so it was great to see him on here. Some people would think Lucifer would be higher on my list, and in a way he probably should be, a little bit anyway, but what they did with him in season 12 when he was possessing like the president or like Rick Springfield or something, it just didn't work. For some reason the writing for him got a little bit kind of mad, and he turned into like a generic villain for the first half of season 12. But when they brought him back into his Mark Pellegrino vessel, it does make him a pretty good character to have on the show, and I like him quite a bit, his dynamic with Sam and everything. So yeah, when he's Mark Pellegrino, it's great. When he's anyone else, it's I mean, Misha Collins did a fine job as Lucifer, but just really did with him in season 7 kind of diluted in season 12 kind of diluted the character a bit for me. But I'm glad they have Mark Pellegrino back now, hopefully permanently. So yeah, number 8 is Lucifer. Number 7 is going to be Meg, and this is going to be the Rachel Miner, version. She was played by a different actress in season 1, and then when she came back temporarily. But I think they really did something special with her character when Rachel Miner took over and her final season. I know Rachel Miner, she had some form of a health issue that kind of took away her time on the show, or she couldn't really act anymore, which is really sad to hear. But I did love what they ended up doing with Meg and how they developed her relationship with Castiel, or Clarence. I thought it was a lot of fun, and awkward and cute at the same time. And then how she developed, and she actually ended up helping the brothers in the group and everything like that. Ended up almost saving them in a way. And I liked her scene with Sam, where she actually admits that she gets why Sam would care so much for a person and everything like that. They did a lot of little things with Meg I liked quite a bit, and Rachel Miner knocked it out of the park, I thought. So yeah, number 7 is Meg. Number 6 is going to be Crowley, of course, played by Mark Sheppard. Really fun and staple character on the show at this point. Spoilers here. I hope you guys are caught up on Supernatural, but his apparent death at the end of season 12 was surprising, and it seems like Mark Sheppard isn't going to be on the show again anytime soon, unfortunately. But either way, Crowley, I loved Crowley. He was a great villain, and I liked how he ended up actually caring about the Winchesters, Dean especially, like their dynamic. He just brought a lot of energy, and just his whole sarcasm and just presence in the role I thought was really, really good. Sort of like Lucifer, though, Lucifer and Castiel, really, they've diluted him a little bit with how they've handled him in recent seasons. Just with the powers being uneven, in season 10 we see just how strong he is, when Sam tries to kill him himself, and then we never see that power come out of Crowley again, like I have in the picture here. I don't know if he could have actually stood up to Lucifer with it, but it seems like he would have tried to call on that power again at some point, right? So that was a little bit weird that I never showed that again. But otherwise, a great character to have on the show, though. So number 6 is Crowley. Number 5 is Castiel, Misha Collins, another staple character on the show at this point. He, on the other hand, I think he will be back in season 13. Just his dynamic with the Winchesters, Dean especially again, but both of them too. It's become one of the strongest parts of the show and one of the best parts of the show. It's still going. If you don't think Supernatural is great anymore, you still gotta admit that the Castiel stuff, with the brothers is kind of the heart of it. But Supernatural, I still love it either way. But anyway, so yeah, still a well-developed character. The only drawback is his powers, like Crowley and Lucifer's, are kind of uneven sometimes. Like Crowley, sometimes he can be this really strong character, capable of being almost unstoppable, but then he'll get beaten with a guitar somehow at some point. So the writers really need to do a better job with the consistency of that. But still, a really good character. Misha Collins, he's a great guy if you see videos of him in real life and everything. And just a heart of the show I don't really want to see off at any point. I think he should be there to the end of the series, whenever that is. So yeah, number 6 is Castiel. Just with his love for the Winchesters and how much he supports them, he tries to do everything. A great-hearted character. But yeah, number 5. These last few, from Castiel to number 3 and 2, really are kind of rotatable. I had a hard time with these, but my number 5, number 4, is going to be John Winchester, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, JDM himself. I just really, really like John. I thought he was the strongest point of the story early on. The brothers' dynamic with him and everything. Jeffrey Dean Morgan did such a good job in the role, and I liked all the stuff with him and Sam. Hearing that I was actually watching over Sam when he was at college, and just the layers of their relationship. Yeah, John wasn't a great father. He didn't raise them the way he should. But as Dean said, in the end, he did a hell of a lot more good than bad, sacrificing himself for Dean. I know Jeffrey Dean Morgan is very busy now with The Walking Dead. I hope before the end of the series, or even in the final episode, that we get to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan as John again at least once. I just really love the character and the whole relationship. It was definitely my favorite part of the first couple seasons for sure. And his stuff is still one of my favorite things about the whole series, really. So yeah, number 4 is Jeffrey Dean Morgan, John Winchester. So yeah, number 3 is going to be Bobby Singer, played by Jim Beaver. Really great character. Character I miss a lot. I almost put him at number 2. Like I said, pretty much 2 to 5 are really rotatable for me. But Bobby, definitely one of my favorites. I think they could have kept him around a bit longer than they did. They made him pretty much main cast member, then they killed him off with the whole Leviathan thing. I think they should bring him back permanently at some point instead of Mary, right? Mary, by the way, I just don't really like her. I find her frustrating. Didn't really like her in season 12. But anyway, Bobby, great character. He really became like another father to the Winchesters in the way that John really couldn't with the way he was going in his life. So you really have a great father-son dynamic, with the brothers and Bobby. And he's just a fun character, Idjit, everything like that. And just his spirit, the way Jim Beaver plays him, it's great. Really miss him on the show, and he was definitely a great staple part of it too. And his whole backstory with his wife and everything as well. So yeah, number 3 is going to be Bobby. Number 2, who else would it be? Sam Winchester, Jared Padalecki. Real, nice character, but he's gone through hoops after hoops, just like every other character on the show. He struggles with a lot, and Jared Padalecki has always played it well. He has a lot of heart. From the whole demon blood thing, to Lucifer trying to possess him, just a really, obviously a big part of the show, and like a lot of these characters, he couldn't have the show without him. Of course, his relationship with the Dean is the best part of the show, throughout all these seasons. Jared Padalecki also seems to be a great guy in real life, so really support this guy, okay? They're all awesome, really. Just such a great character, and I couldn't really see myself putting him any lower. So yeah, number 2 is going to be Sam. And number 1, who else could it be, guys? Dean Winchester, played by Jensen Ackles. My favorite character on the show. Sort of our lead character on the show. I know it's between him and Sam. But I feel like Dean's gotten slightly more concentration over the years because he's had his episodes where he's like the only one, in it, really. But either way, he's my favorite character. Just such a great, well-written character, layered character. Like I said, his solo episodes he's had, like episode 20 in season 2, What Is and What Should Never Be. That I love that episode. Just such a well-spirited character as well, with a lot of weight on his shoulders. And Jensen Ackles has done such an excellent job throughout all these seasons. Really funny character, probably the funniest character on the show, really, along with Bobby or something. And Lucifer once in a while, I guess, but then he can be the most serious, good lead possible on the show, and I absolutely love Dean. One of my all-time favorite characters on any show, really. I feel a lot for him. I've gotten really emotionally attached. So yeah, Dean, just a phenomenal character all around through everything. Dean, number 1. So yeah, those are my top 10 supernatural characters. Let me know who's your top 10. Let me know who your favorite characters are, who your least favorites are, maybe. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. Supernatural is a great show. Even with weaker seasons like season 12, I still love it through it all. Just one of the all-time greatest shows, one of my all-time favorite shows. The fandom's great. And just the way the cast interacts with their fans and everything. So really, really great stuff. So let me know, guys, think again. And I'll catch you guys a little bit later. We'll be seeing Wonder Woman tomorrow and probably be getting a review out for the next day or two. So look forward to that. And peace.